Hello everyone, welcome to your weekly dream analysis reading. I'm going to do a pick a card to see what dream group you're with. We'll use the deck, but I'm going to pair it with another deck and some charms maybe. I am an organic reader, so you're going to see me move everything about. So if you want to skip that and you just want to jump to the messages related to which card you're tuning into, use the description box below for the timestamps. That will let you jump ahead. So maybe I'll just bring them up to the camera here, a little bit closer. Give me a moment to tune in, see if this is your dreams group for the week. Beautiful rabbits there out in the field. Or maybe this is your card that you're tuning into. Some beautiful minimalism here. Nice little calmness to the feeling. Or maybe you're more drawn to the ocean depths here. Our big friendly whale. Let's come into for a chat. Okay. So go ahead and pause the video if you need more time to kind of tune in. Otherwise, I'm just gonna put the cards up here for the other two groups. And we'll start with group number one here. Okay, so let's get our cards. We're gonna be looking at your dreams this past week. See what the dreamscape was all about for you, what messages were trying to come through, why you may or may not have been able to remember your dreams this week. Sometimes you can tune in, sometimes we don't. Sometimes we just see a little flash of something. I'm not sure why I shuffled again for 5 cards, but we'll go with it. We'll do whatever the angels kind of want. I'll just spreading them out because I have the other cards and charms here to, no real rhyme or reason. You know what? Maybe we'll put this card down here. We'll get some charms on top of that. Kind of common thematic. And we'll see here. Maybe I should see if I can angle the camera down a little bit more. Kind of on top of the cards here. I'll hold them up anyways. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's get a companion card, and then I'll see if any charms want to come down on the cards as well. So we're looking at dreams this past week, the messages, the meanings. I guess we'll see here. Okay. Just letting them discard what they don't want. Okay, we'll see if there's any kind of starting off message, anything common. Yep, okay. And then we'll get into the next one. And we'll see what charms will go with each kind of message here for your dreams for the week. I know this takes a while sometimes, which is why I like to give you guys your timestamps. So it's fun to see how the charms drop out here. Okay. So I'm just gonna grab your timestamp and then we'll jump in. As I do that, I'm just gonna tune in here as well. We got some luck over here, some good luck. A little spotlight here on a relationship. Yep, love up here. Ending, new beginning in a relationship. Maybe that's the common thematic here. Okay, so starting with your common theme card here. Maybe I'll start with the charms actually. So in the bit of the preamble and the intro, looks like you've gone through, those of you that were tuning into this card with regards to your dreams. Okay, let's see if I can stop fussing here. Looks like you've gone through some closure here. Looks like there might have been some pain or some hurt, lack of trust, or things left unsaid, but definitely kind of howling here, pulling me into the howling. But it is a closure with a new beginning related to love. So I would say this would be a relationship dynamic that has changed. So either an actual ending to the relationship, or there's now distance between the two of you, but there is a closure here. Or it could just be that change, change in milestone. But that looks like this is the common theme here, what's connecting all of us to the same dream card here. So I'm just going to bring it back up and see if there's additional messaging here. So we know it's a relationship, right? Maybe it's a family dynamic. It could be a family member relationship. But it's definitely going to be a deep bond. I definitely get a sense of time here. Experiences, kind of the depth of the relationship. I'm tuning into more you here. This feels like supporters. Feels like some friends kind of looking at you like, okay, let's see how they're doing with this ending, this closure. So if you are going through an ending, I'm not surprised that it would be showing up in the dream state, right? Because hurt, pain, endings, closure, all kind of stays on our mind here. Sorry, just adjusting the camera. Okay, so let's see, where do we want to go with the cards? I'll just come down. Maybe I'll just kind of zigzag on through here. So as it relates to your dreams this week, they have been trying to deliver you some kind of news, some kind of information, maybe even clarity. So I wonder if you've been having conversations in your dream. Do you have one particular visitor? I did see the two little supporters here. Your angel is coming to you in your dream. Maybe they're the one bringing you the clarity. Anytime I get this card, it's your guardian angel, your loved ones. So maybe that's been your visitor, bringing in some news and some clarity here to you in your dreams this week. So there might have been, this was take shape in the form of, even if the person that you encounter in your dream is someone you recognize in this world, that's just a representative form, but this would have been a very good feeling in your dream, a very loving, warm, you would have smiled when you saw this person in your dream in order to receive the clarity here, right? They always come in with peace and warmth and love. Yeah, they can kind of see, obviously, our guardian angels know when we're going through a hard time, a tough time, or they're hurt, right? Kind of feels like a bit of spilt blood here. So sort of the trust, or sort of the final needle in the haystack, sort of that, for a relationship where you've been forgiving and you've communicated to them last time, well, they did it again. So it was the final straw, was it, that broke the camel's back kind of feeling. But your angels are bringing clarity in, and maybe the clarity is, you need to have learned this lesson. Look how many times you forgave this person. Obviously when it's family members or a partner, right? But there's clarity here. Maybe that's why I was looking at up here, I started talking about trust. So maybe that was the clarity. You trusted someone and they broke that trust and you got that clarity. Or your dream's trying to give you the clarity as to why you feel the way you feel right now. Well, you've got some broken trust there, some hurt feelings there. A dynamic between people that, you don't need to keep compromising, and you shouldn't have to. Put yourself first. Not everyone's meant to stay in your life or be in your life. Coming like next door here, we have a yes. message from the angels. So we went from your guardian angel right into a yes message here. So let's see what the yes is about. Yes, you are doing the right thing by this closure, right? We saw the closure. Or yes, you're doing the right thing by speaking up, moving forward, new start. Okay. I don't know why I keep wanting to turn I did the same thing with that card. I wanted to turn it upside down. But I like the change here, the movement. Right? We're going from being pinned down to the swords kind of opening up here, right? You're lifting up off your bed. And look at all the angels here in your dreamscape. Your guardian angel, you must have more than one guardian angel right now at this time, especially with a hurt, a deep relationship hurt. So you got kind of your entourage and your loved ones as well. Everybody's kind of aware. So see how they're all coming in during your sleep time here when you're at rest, and helping you through the emotions here. Again, the coming together, this cutting the cord, the closure, it's sort of these new connections. So I feel like this yes is like, yes, you know, you do have a future. there is you know, connections or opportunities for connections waiting for you here. So maybe that's what you were worried of. Sometimes we're worried to end a relationship thinking we won't be able to kind of replace the depth of that connection, but there's a clear yes, you will here. Probably multiple as well, multiple kind of new connections. Maybe a new group, a new circle of friends, a new community, a new network that you kind of connect with. Your dreams are also asking you to change your perspective. Also kind of hang in there, right? Hang in there. You'll get through this. You'll get through this hurt. But you need to kind of change your perspective, change your focus, really. I think it's just, you know, sometimes we can dwell on the feeling, especially if it's fresh and new. And, you know, a little push here to kind of move forward, change focus. Kind of this new start we saw here with the scissors, the closure with this new beginning and these new people. I don't know if you're getting into a new interest or you're just allowing yourself to enjoy your interest. I don't know if you've been putting it off. But there's like this breaking out of your shell. Instead of standing still, it's now kind of about you. And sort of looking over here at sort of the dwelling, the home, the lifestyle. There seems to be a shift, a change up here on you and your home environment, you and your sense of self, what you're willing, right? What you're willing to continue to compromise and not compromise. But there's this saying yes to self here. You saw that down there, kind of getting up out of bed. Now she's starting to wind up to get ready to dance. But kind of relates to your home environments here, sort of your whole self. So kind of changing up, changing your perspective, kind of hang in there with these changes that you're doing. They seem to be on the right track here. It really bothers me that we can't see that card so well. So they dropped two charms over here with regards to love, calmness and love. So just a sense of balance, kind of coming off the new you, putting yourself first, the clarity that you got in some recent relationship or relationships, could be plural. But they're putting a spotlight that the time is now or the time is right place, right time for this fresh start. Peace, love, could be a new love connection because I keep seeing new people, new connections coming in. But your dreams are really communicating to you here. Again, sort of this hang in there because everything's right. Everything you're doing is right, and this is the right time for you to do it. So you're at the you're at a right place right now in your soul's journey here. Okay. I get like wishful thinking. I don't know if in your waking state, if you've been kind of putting out some positive intent or just hoping, wishing, that kind of language, laws of attraction, all of that kind of stuff. But I feel like this is kind of your past, right? This is what you've gone through here, and you're kind of looking back at the past, and you're like, this is what I want. Even if these are past people, because we're looking at love, right, with the pink hue. So this could be past relationships of the same deep love kind. So that's friendships, right, with coworkers, friends, social groups, and love relationships. But there's like, it's almost like one person, the amount of love and happiness and joy that one person's going to bring you kind of replaces and trumps three people. You know, one is replacing the merits and the value of three people from your past. So definitely better, greater people coming in, and sort of, you know, she's looking down this dark tunnel, and she's like, I'd rather stay in this light, right? And I feel like that's the past again, this looking back, this reflecting back, but you're not really dwelling on it. Like you're definitely a group of individuals that you're looking back, you know, maybe the hurt here is dwindling, so you're doing good, you're moving on. She's not at the edge, you know, she's almost at the point where she's going to fully turn around and just walk away, right? So again, you're progressing correctly here in this right place, right time for new love, new connections. You know, you're ready. You're ready for it. And you know what you want. Now that you've experienced all this, you know what you want. And you might be experiencing that in your dream as well. You might be experiencing yourself confidently walking away from certain scenarios and dynamics, right? Up here, she was kind of, had her arm out, kind of pushing this individual away. Just a very solid sense of self here and what you'll accept and not accept. And then they're ending on a message of some beautiful luck here. So there's some good luck and favor. So in your dream, you might have lucky moments as well. You know, you might be winning the lottery, or you might be walking into a scene and they're announcing you as the, you know, lucky number customer. But it's going to translate to your waking life. Look at this. They're almost equal, right? The fool who has chosen themselves, right? I'm going to go my way. I'm unique. I'm going to follow my heart. I'm going to follow my intuition, trust in self, which you've been doing here. You've been reflecting back and going, no, not for me, right? She's at the cliff. She's not going back. She's like, nah, I want this future. And then look at the future here. You know, I truly do feel like your dreams this week, if they weren't focused on helping you work through the hurt, right, the clarity, you may have already been in this phase, or this, you know, the progress throughout the week here. You know, you might have been in this beautiful, anything is possible manifestation, but we're coming back to your home life, your lifestyle, right? The king of your castle, king of the hill. Everything again is coming back to you, your choice, putting yourself first. And there's good luck here in manifestation and attracting exactly what you want. You know, you've put it out there, you've been communicating, you've been sharing, and, you know, angels and universe have not only heard, but they've seen the effort you've put in here, right? The cutting of the cords, the ending, the personal growth. So universe rewards you, and your dreams are, you know, trying to communicate that to you. So for those of you going through the hurt, the break in trust, the change in dynamics, you know, hopefully you're collecting and getting some clarity, but there is some beautiful new starts here for you after your closure. Some good luck as well. Okay, so I'm just cleaning up to transition into card number 2. So if you were drawn to that one as well, there might be some additional messages there for you. Otherwise, thank you for coming, and I'll see you at next week's dream analysis. Okay. So we have card number 2, group number 2, and we'll just get ready. We'll get ready now with your cards. So looking at your dreams from this past week and what they've been trying to communicate to you, trying to support you, who's been visiting you. I'll just do the same flow as I did for the first group. Just be consistent. We're going to do 2 sets of cards, and we'll get some charms as well. Okay. Oh yeah, I put this down here for the charms. Just get some clarity and elaboration on what the common theme for all of you dreamers. Attracted to card number 2 here. Get me to kind of dig in here a little bit. Okay, and then we'll get our charms. Just letting them discard. Okay, so we'll see what the common theme is here. And I have a feeling they're going to drop this flower on the flower. Oh, yeah, that's a flower. There's the other flower. That's the one I thought they were doing. Okay, I'm just going to see here. I do have one of the largest charms here in my hand, so they might be trying to work around it. Okay, I'll see if we'll... Oh, yeah, just in time for them to drop what they wanted to drop. Okay. I'm gonna have to clean that up a little bit because I do think it's this larger charm that was kind of in the way. It's starting to fall out of my hand there while I was holding it, so I'll just tune in and see. That one's kind of in between discarded. Okay, so let's see here. What do they want to keep and not? Some of these upside down ones, definitely, they're saying no to. But I think we're going to keep these 4. Those ones feel right. Okay. So I'm just going to tune in here, see where we're starting. Okay, after I just dropped my pen from my timestamp. Looking at, geez, I don't know why I'm having such an issue with you guys. Okay, looking at your primary card here, the angels came out with charms that mean almost the sort of the scene here. So my sunflower charm is all about being at a standstill, right? Just slowly, not even just a standstill, but just kind of a quiet pace, slowly growing, you know, just a calm, steady momentum. Has same kind of feeling here at the top with the same kind of daisy. Sort of, you know, just learning and growing and observing and absorbing here. I don't know if you've been, this is career. This is a career group. If your dreams have been talking about your professional progress, sort of the steady pace, or maybe just life, steady pace through life, and sort of your approach where you kind of learn and absorb. But the second charm here, this is all about peeling back the layers, you know, trying to get more clarity, reflecting back. There's depth to something, making sure you're not just surface level. So a lot of reflecting, a lot of observing, quiet observation, reflecting here with your dream. I don't know if that's what you're doing in your dream. I don't know if you're just kind of, you know, sitting and looking out at the water, or if your dreams this week have all been very nice, quiet and peaceful, or I wonder if you're my group of, you know, individuals who haven't been able to remember dreams yet. So sort of I'm not dreaming, but I'm having good sleep. But there's some kind of reflecting here, reflecting. Okay. I think I'll do, again, same as the last group. I just kind of zigzagged on through the cards. So coming down first, we have this lack of direction, or rather just not going anywhere. You know, that you have no destination in mind. There's no clear goal. Like I said, you're just kind of growing, observing, learning. You know, maybe you can't put your finger on it. Maybe you don't know exactly what it is that you're chasing or that you want to chase, or what kind of goal to have. So you're just kind of out there, you know, and maybe that's what your angels here are trying to get you through your dreams, to start looking a little deeper. Instead of just sitting and observing, start looking, seeking. Go from observing to researching, to searching. Okay, sense of direction. It's interesting. You're kind of just sitting here, kind of paused, right? You have the weight of the world on you, and you're just at a standstill. Just at a standstill here with the weight of the world on you. You know, the wheel of fortune, your whole world. I wonder if that's how you're feeling right now. Do you feel like you have the whole weight of your world on you, or your whole world is just at a standstill? You know, no momentum, no change. The wheel's not turning. I'm not feeling movement. No movement. You know, it's steady. You know, no movement, no sense of direction. Don't know where to start, stop. I don't know if that's the feeling, if that's why, you know, the main thematic card here for all of you is sort of that standstill. The request for you to reflect, to find your sense of purpose, find your direction. I don't feel like your life is chaotic, but I'm just, lacking motivation here, lacking purpose, sense of direction. Okay. So we have a couple of my kind of watch out charms here, cautionary charms. So we have feeling tight. So this could be a physical tightness in the body, so muscle tightness that you're dealing with now. So maybe you were overdoing it with a certain movement, repetitive movement, exercise. So you've kind of tightened up and twisted your body here, twisted muscle, right? Tightened muscle, twisted muscle. This is also about throat chakra. So you could be overwhelmed or indulging your emotions right now. So your headspace is, your mindset is all about venting, talking, repeating, obsessing over the same thing. And then we have this indulgence. So you're indulging in it. So whatever you indulged in, your thoughts, right? The throat chakra, or body-wise, you've caused some tightness. This could be indigestion as well, as they're reminding me that this is a cupcake. So if it is food that you're indulging in, you might just feel tight. I just feel tight and twisted in the body. And then they're pairing this with an unexpected, joyful happiness when you choose sort of confidence, courage. So not sitting here at this standstill, right? This lack of movement. If you choose movement, right? We're starting to spin here. There's going to be some unexpected joy, right? Unexpected in the sense that you're probably not expecting any happiness or anything now. Increase of. Like, again, I'm not saying or feeling that anything is unhappy in your life. I'm just not feeling full fulfillment, true fulfillment, any movement forward. Okay. I don't know if that's what you're doing in your dream. I don't know if you're indulging, if the indulgence is coming up in your dream, and then, you know, the next scene is, does something go wrong? Like, are you at a party and then you're really enjoying yourself at the party, but then the party just ends, or who knows, maybe a scene like from a movie happens in your dream. I was gonna say tidal wave as I was kind of looking at the movement here, but there's like this washover where everything is going good. You're really like, you're joyful, you're happy. I kind of feel you like laughing, and there's all this vibrancy in music, and then like scene changes. It just wipes away on you. And you have your guardian angel confidant here who's coming in your dreamscape here. They're having a huge impact. I don't know if they're taking you out, like, I'm not saying you're dreaming about a party, but I'll stick with the party analogy. This scene that just wipes you out. Do you feel someone like pulling you out of the scene? I feel like your guardian angel here is trying to do a big impact, a big push here. You know, they really want you to choose the courage to move. Like, you're sitting on the rock, you're just standing. There's still no movement here in any of your cards yet. So I feel like if you move, and your guardian angel really wants to shove you forward here, right? The hair here. I feel like he wants to push you forward. Maybe it's your mindset, as I touch the throat chakra again, and kind of overcoming your complacency right now. You know, maybe if it ain't broke, why fix it? But for some reason, your soul's energy, your guardian angels here, through your dreams, they want you to start moving forward. So we have, I'm getting more of my X marks the spot. So maybe focus here. Let's see what the cards will be. But it's also my firefighter charm. So there's heat here. Some anger. Maybe you're standing still because inside maybe you're a ball of fury. You know, they're kind of drawing me to the orange. So maybe there's some lingering feelings of frustration from something. And that's why you're at a standstill. Maybe you feel like you can't move forward. Maybe that's the frustration. So let's see, X marks the spot. Well, she's kind of doing that too, right? She's kind of pointing. So here's your dreaming, right? Here's the clarity in your dreams, the crystals kind of coming and going. Again, I'm getting the sense of scenes kind of flashing, like you're in one scene and then you're out of it. Then you're in one scene, then you're out of it. But she's trying to focus you down here. Go this way. Kind of walk away from these flashing scenes. Maybe get more active in your dream. So instead of sitting and enjoying the party and waiting for the scene to flip, actually get up and like walk out of the room. See the rest of the party. You know, there's this, here's the movement, you know, X marks the spot, which is you need some movement. You need to start moving. Purple's also your intuition. So your gut, kind of follow your gut. And look at this happiness, this joy, right? The carousel, the horses are dancing. I'm coming back to this kind of party-esque vibe, sort of playfulness, joy, feeling. I don't know if right now or lately, you know, this past week, because we're only looking at your dreams from this past week, if you didn't socialize much or you're missing socialization, but there's, I don't know why party keeps coming up. Party. Okay, let's see. So we have your supporters here from heaven, your loved ones, your angels coming down with supporting banners. So they may have showed up in your dream as supporters, literally. You know, you may have passed something and saw people holding signs. Did you tune into what the signs said? You know, maybe you're walking down the street and these are all the people that smiled or waved at you as you passed them. Or it could be the people at the party that are smiling and leaving the room and saying, come with us, but then you don't, you just sit there. So kind of follow them, follow your angels, right? We saw that here with the sword pointing down. Follow us towards happiness and joy. Yeah, it looks like you keep, like you're building your own wall here. She's building her own wall. And I'm laughing because I kind of feel like the two fox here, your loved ones, just kind of looked at each other and were like, what? She's going to put another one up? Like, she's supposed to be taking the wall down, not putting it up. What is she doing? And you're at a standstill again. You're not moving. So I don't know if you keep building up your wall, and that's why, like if this, because I was feeling like work when I first got into your group. So like, is this you allowing someone to gaslight you, delay you? Again, this complacency, you know, you're building the wall, but I feel like it's because you're allowing, you're accepting instead of speaking up, or right, speaking up would be this anger, this frustration that I was feeling, the kind of fury on the inside. That would be action. You know, that would be a shift here with a unexpected surprise and delight. Like what would happen if you did speak up? You know, the foxes are looking at each other and consulting like, oh yeah, oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot about that. Maybe this person just forgot. So instead of continuing to be frustrated and upset, like speak up. Don't keep putting your barriers, your walls up. Don't just keep accepting. But I keep getting the looking at each other like, what, why, right? Foxes are very strategic, very creative. Tap into that energy, you know, get strategic, get creative, get innovative. Okay, so we'll put your little supporting foxes down here. Okay. And then the last charm we have, my footprints. So this is all about asking for help. There's help out there. So I just started talking about that here, about speaking up. Just saying like, why hasn't this happened yet? Or hello, can I get some support on moving forward? You know, maybe it's asking another person or colleague for advice. Like, how do I get going? I'm just stuck. Could just be that. It could just be a feeling, overall feeling of I feel stuck, but there's help and support here around you. So again, there's a speaking up. They're using the voice that's coming through. Oh wow, look what happens. You know, when you ask for help. Look at you. You're like, yeah, okay. I'm no longer happy with standing still. What is she doing? She's starting to take a step forward. She's not putting that wall up. She's using it now to walk, move forward. I am going to move forward. I'm moving forward by asking for help. And look at everybody that comes flying in, and they're still flying in. I don't know if maybe you've been feeling, again, the weight of the world. I don't know if you feel like like you're such an independent spirit. You feel like, I want to do this on my own. I have to do this on my own. But you got to a point where you just got yourself stuck, you know? So it's okay to have conversation, sort of that socialization that I was seeing up here. Now we see it here. Get back out there. Start talking to people again. The support, the help, all the support and help was here, right? Don't put another barrier in your own way. Use it to your advantage here. In both cases, right? The sword and the wand. You're using it. You're using your abilities. You're using your voice to your advantage. Your ideas, creativity, strategy to your advantage. So that's a good focus here for your dreams for the week. Trying to help you to get through a moment of complacency, right? They want you to unpack where you're at, unpack maybe the help that you need, and move forward. Maybe, and that's maybe why for your dreams I kept seeing the scenes just changing, right? From one scene to the next scene to the next scene. All the reminders, all the reflection. So maybe that's the reflecting back. Each scene in your dream, right, is your angel showing you. Here's when you stood still. Here's when you stood still. Here's when you stood still. Here's when you didn't. And look what happened when you didn't. Look what happens when you don't stand still. everything comes to you, right? The Queen of Wands is, especially for an independent spirit, that's mastery, you know? You've got all the talent, skills, everything you need right there. Okay, so if you weren't drawn to card number 3, feel free to pop away. I'm just going to do my clearing, set up for the 3rd group of dreamers. So thank you, and I'll see you next week for your analysis. Otherwise, you're more welcome to stay and get your messages, additional messages, if you were drawn to card number 3 as well. So let's bring our little friendly whale back. All right. Group number 3, card number 3, dreamers. Let's see what your dreams were all about this week. You know, and we'll see why your common thematic is our big friendly whale here. You know, bringer of knowledge, our soul companion, bringing our Akashic records forward for us to reflect and remember, though the last group was just about reflecting. So I'm not really feeling reflection here. I wonder if this is maybe a past life connection. If I'm talking Akashic records here, the soul is bringing forward your history here, right? So that's all of your past lives and your learnings. But I won't read into too much. We'll see what the additional clarity is from these cards, and we'll get the charms, and then we'll dive into your dreamscapes. See what you guys dreamt about all week and why. Okay. And then we'll get some charms. We'll do some charms on your primary thematic card as well, just to get more clarity and details there. Okay. Okay, just the one. Oh, maybe I should turn my hand so my fingers aren't hiding everything. I personally think it's pretty cool how the charms just fall out, although I know through the screen you guys can't actually feel them the way I feel them moving in my fingers when my fingers aren't actually moving. I like seeing the star here though. That's a wish come true under unexpected. Ooh, we got a yes. Okay. So just tuning in here. Oh, look, here's your soul again. Here's your notebook, your history. I wonder why. There's got to be a reason why it's not doubling up on your theme card here. Okay, just tuning in. So starting with the main thematic card that connects all of you dreamers, we have change in perspective required. As I was saying in my intro, as I was getting the cards and charms, usually when I see this card, this whale, this is your soul coming in to check in with you here. And it's large because it's bringing in all the knowledge here from your past lives, right? All your soul's knowledge, your Akashic records. So your soul came in pretty profoundly here to have a conversation with you, all about changing your perspective about something. So that will be our starting point here in the common thematic. So we need to shift our point of view on something or be open-minded to something. And it's profound enough that your soul feels that it needs to bring in your past experiences here to remind you, right? The little light above here. I need to remind you, we have to have a conversation here. Maybe you're starting to slip off your soul path a little bit. You know, maybe you have somebody influencing you right now, your choices, your decisions. So I'm going to zigzag through the cards. I've been doing that for the other two groups. So we'll head down here, and we have from your guardian angels the answer yes. So however that answers you, but there's a yes here. So a supportive Yes, a clear yes. Okay. Well, it looks like some of you have been trying to manifest, maybe. Really focusing in here on the thoughts that you're putting out. You've been very mindful in the energies that you've been putting out. And as I say energies, they're drawing me into the beautiful orange hues here, which is all about creativity. So again, manifestation, creativity. And then we have my beautiful kind of opulent leopard here. It is very, gem filled dwelling. But when I get my wildcat, it's usually urgency, right? He's about to leap off the chaise here. The paw's already down. It's gonna be on the floor soon. It's gonna take off with quickness. So it's, pairing that with the yes charm from the angels, it feels like your dreams are trying to communicate to you, where did I put the wing? Oh, here it is. Yes. We're hearing you. We know what you're trying to design in terms of lifestyle, next steps, wish coming true. Yes. Keep doing this as well. Yes, keep manifesting. It's going to help change your point of view, help change your perspective. But there's urgency here. There's going to be a sudden change with whatever you're wishing for. It will translate into a sudden change. So are you going to be prepared for that sudden change? In your dream, are you prepared? What are you doing in your dream? So in the intro, I did say that I liked seeing the star come down. This is a wish coming true. And then I picked that up here. So you are attracting a wish to yourself, wish fulfillment to yourself. You're attracting something right now. As it relates to your lifestyle again, here's the whole world on your head, on your shoulders. You're thinking about the entirety of your world right now. What kind of impact this desire is going to have. So it's a wish come true as it relates to your lifestyle, a major change to your lifestyle. So that could be career wish, can be a family wish, could be a connection wish. This kind of feels like those Pez dispenser candies, right? Kind of feels like this one's about to pop out your wish here. So there's a few, you got a few wishes here in the hopper, but your dream's letting you know this one's about to pop out. So here's that urgency again, that sudden change. It's coming. So I think your soul here is visiting you in your dream to see if are you ready? Are you ready, right? I'm bringing, are you open-minded enough? Did you change your perspective? Have you put in the work here? We've seen you starting to change the energy that you're putting out. So your soul's coming in to check in on you. Is this the right time to drop this wish fulfillment on you? Is my person ready? We have unexpected, surprise, joyfulness, happiness around the corner, right? So your wish here, your wish fulfillment would obviously, I would hope, lead to happiness, unexpected joy, but there's unexpected, it's surprise. So I think how your wish is fulfilled will be a surprise to you, right? Maybe how quick the change happens, how suddenly it happens, how it happens. There's still going to be an element of surprise there for you. I love when I get this card. I love seeing the flower come off the canvas, right? Manifesting, wishing, and then here it is. We saw that with the Pez dispenser, kind of coming out, already lifting off. And how magical is that? A canvas coming to life, that's pretty damn magical. Here you have your soul, right? Your angel, your guardian angel, your companion, watching this manifest. This is definitely going to tap into your passion center, your sense of fulfillment. So there's your happiness and joy. But for some of you, it will be a deep love. So again, I mentioned if family is part of this major lifestyle change. So this is welcoming in a new partner, new family member, being the one welcomed into a family. And a family dynamic is any kind of large social group, right? So this can be a new team, a new community where you share the same passion. There's something here about you focused in here. This wish is focusing in on a heart's desire, true passion. I wonder if you haven't, I wonder if you should go check your wealth. I just did the wealth readings, which are all about your sense of fulfillment and all your passion centers. I wonder if this unexpected surprise showed up in that reading as well. So your dreams are telling you, and maybe your wealth reading is also giving you more clarity, more hints at what this is. So I think that explains why this notebook is off to the side, and they didn't drop it on your Akashic Records, because this is your fresh notebook. So this is the start of something new. You get to fill it in now with all your new experiences, right? I said your soul was checking in on you here in your dream. Probably gave you your new notebook. Yep, they're ready. They changed their perspective. Look at all the work you put in. So I wonder if your dream was really just you having a conversation with someone, or conversations. Was there a lot of talk in your dreams? You know, were you on the phone? Were you having a conversation with your parents in the kitchen over coffee, or a partner? Like, conversation seems to be really important here. But you have a new start here. This wish come true is a new start. Maybe that's why I'm seeing it impact your entire lifestyle. You know, a lot of areas of you, your home life, your finances, right? With the gems, the opulence that I said. I used that word, the sudden change. So a new chapter, right? That's why you get a notebook. That's why your soul visits you with the Akashic Records. You're starting a new chapter here. You changed your perspective. You turned over a new leaf, right? New energy. Look at that story. What a beautiful story here. Look at this new start. You went from no momentum. You know, you were slowly growing. You were progressing, but I don't think you were fully joyful. And now look at you. Now you're in full control. You're not just allowing the sun to tell you the pace at which you change. You're the one watering. And look at everything that you've already planted the seed. You've already done this. As I said, you've already put in the work. So your dreams are reminding you that you've already put in the work, and here comes the bounty. It's around the corner. You're going to get more reward, I think, maybe than you expect. Maybe that's the unexpected, is the scale of reward here. I was saying it would be a surprise on how your wish came true, right? And I do believe you're not expecting it to be as bountiful here, but you put in all the right work. You know, your palm tree looks beautiful there. So new chapter, new start. This card also means fresh start, new start. So we got new start, and it's going to be quite an abundant period for you. Oh, look at that, peace and love. Yeah, you get that energy right there, right? You have that energy here. Maybe that's the change you made. You know, you chose kindness to self, fairness to self, loving self first, and you found peace in that. Here's the conversation again. So what I find interesting is I feel like the angels are having a little bit of fun here with us. Playful fun, right? Coming back to the whimsy here of the charm. But here's our conversation. You're telling them everything, like all the details here of your wish, right? Like, here's all the details. But then your angel is purposely like discarding some stuff. Your soul is purposely like discarding a few things. Your angel's hiding something from you, keeping an element of surprise in this wish fulfillment, right? Wishing upon the moon. So it's coming into you, but look how they've discarded, right? So if this is a romance, So you're wishing for your soulmate and you're like, I want my soulmate to be this, 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 this. And your soul's like, well, I have your Akashic record, so we're going to discard all of these unnecessary details, right? We're going to discard all these necessary details of that person. And here's your soulmate. Here's your perfect person. Here's your dream job. So we're going to discard all these other companies, all these other responsibilities and details that you think you want. But here's what we already know you truly want. We know your heart's wish. You know, we know what your heart's desire is. You've been putting it out there. You've been manifesting, thinking about it, bringing it forward. So don't worry, angels got your back as I put the card down. You know, your angels, your soul, right? Maybe that's why you're having conversation. This whole top row, I just feel like, you know, your soul is looking, listening, and filtering. There's an element of filtering here. I don't know if your dream was the same, the conversation was happening, but maybe in the conversation you started to repeat the same things less and less and less, or the person you were talking with was maybe coaching you and getting you to refine and refine and refine. You know, maybe they're saying, well, what was the exact detail? What was exactly what happened? Like if you were the one in the conversation. So hopefully this helped give you some clarities on your dreams from the week, and I will see you at next week's dream analysis reading.